Oi, oi, what's on, guys? Because Crypto here with another video. As you can see, guys, at the minute in the markets, looking still very strong. Currently, the market cap of the cryptocurrency space is at 3.93 trillion. Fear and greed at 67. So if people are still a bit more bullish than bearish, and altcoin season is at 47. So again, we were at 52 yesterday, coming down a little bit, but that is okay because Bitcoin is starting to, as we can see on the daily, it's one of the greens, let's say, as well as Solana at the minute. Bitcoin now trading at 119,000, pretty much spot on, near enough. But yeah, as we can see, guys, on the daily, again, everything's reasonably flat. I'll say everything. Bitcoin's reasonably flat. Everything else is selling off a little bit, except for Solana. We've seen Solana move a little bit, and it did edge over $200 early hours this morning. But as you can see, guys, that altcoin season kind of feel. Last 7 days, what we're looking at, Bitcoin 2.25%. So if it's an altcoin season, that means alts in the last kind of, well, let's say 7 days. Look at that. So Ethereum 24.5%, XRP 20.5%, Solana nearly 25% again because we've seen a push earlier today. BNB even at 12.73%. Doge 40%, so Dogecoin looking very strong. Again, a meme coin, guys, but probably one of the best meme coins out there. Again, none of this is financial advice, guys, just a guy that loves cryptocurrency and loves to chat. And again, Cardano, guys, I mean, trading at 87.5 cents at the minute. Again, as you can see, most are down on the daily, most altcoins, but Cardano up 20% on the weekly, 20.5, let's say. And so we've seen a bit of hyperliquid selling off a little bit. So we're coming back down to just under $45. And again for Stellar as well, 4.26% on the daily. Sui also trading at $3.89. But yeah, Chainlink, look at again on the weekly, guys. Most altcoins looking very strong. I mean, and again, even like Pepe, again, look, Doge's at what? Basically 40% on the weekly, Pepe's at 15%. So is there a possibility we can see Pepe moving a little bit over the next couple of days? Possibly, you never know. But yeah, and also, what else we got here? So even some, like with your AIs and stuff like that, some like BitTensor Tau, so AI and DPIN, 2.63% on the weekly. However, NEAR is up 18.28%. Ethereum Classic 30%, got to see it. And again, guys, Athena, look at that, up 49% on the weekly. And look at KASPA, moved a lot yesterday and the day before, up 32.74%. So looking very strong there. Algorand as well, reasonably flat at the minute. Let's have a look at charts and let's see what's going on. So, guys, this is on the 1 hourly chart at the minute with BTC. Which is Bitcoin. We'll go to the 4 hourly chart so we can just get a bit more of a. Well, let's go daily, see what BTC closed over. Don't know where my lines are gone. They should be here somewhere. There they are. There we go. So with BTC closing above 117,000 yesterday, and today now we are up to 119,000. So already from the close to where we are now, we are near enough up £2,000. Oh, sorry, dollars. With BTC, again, we're seeing a large amount of accumulation at the minute. Holding above that 117,000, which is great to see. Guys, like we said, Bitcoin dominance is also coming back up, which we'll look up in a minute. So altcoins are starting to see a bit of a cool off, but also Bitcoin, see it on the daily moving quite a bit. I mean, just on this daily candle here, we closed there up to here. We're up 1.5%. So great to see for Bitcoin, especially of how much money is in Bitcoin at the minute. However, we can wick it back down to levels of 115,000 possibly. Again, we'll look at leverages in a minute as well, see where they're at. But it's absolutely possible to come back down to 111,800. Anything's possible in cryptocurrency, guys. But I mean, before we look at the Bitcoin dominance. So if we check Bitcoin up 1.5% on the daily, what's Ethereum? So Ethereum on the daily is down a little bit. So from where we closed, where did we close? 3,750 really, just above. So we closed here and then we're coming down. Where we are now, we wicked all the way down, nearly 4%, but we're now currently down 2.5% on the daily with Ethereum. So, like we spoke about with altcoins, Ethereum going again, holding quite a large amount of the altcoin sector, about 300, so over 400 billion now, isn't it, in total market cap, like 430 billion, near enough. As we can see, Bitcoin started falling off. This is daily candles, but look at today, Bitcoin dominance has come back up above that 61%. So what that's telling us, guys, basically is that Bitcoin's outperforming the whole market at the minute. Altcoins are not performing as well. So because Bitcoin's performing better, it's now accumulating more of the market again. So again, it's accumulating 61.16% of the whole cryptocurrency space. Whereas yesterday, because Ethereum and alts were performing better than Bitcoin, we were down to 60.5%. So Bitcoin occupied that much of the cryptocurrency space. So again, Bitcoin starting to make moves again, altcoins starting to tail off a little bit, which is totally normal, guys, with selling pressure. Again, it's a healthy pullback. And if we pull back down to 3.4, maybe 3.5 with Ethereum, it's absolutely possible. But again, it is expected, because look, we've had green candles pretty much. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say 8. Technically a green candle 9, but good green candles 8 days in a row. So you're expecting a bit of a cool off. Things don't go up forever, but the volume of Ethereum is looking absolutely splendid. And then, guys, XRP, looking at, so XRP looking very strong at the minute still, above that $3.50, closing on the daily at around $3.54, is it? Yeah, just shy of the 3.55. And again, XRP down a little bit as well. As we can see, guys, like we've shown, Bitcoin is up. Altcoins, slight sell-offs, again, like we expected. So whilst altcoins were pumping, Bitcoin had a bit of accumulation, so XRP down nearly 2% today. Like we said, Ethereum down at 1.5%, XRP's market cap not as large, down a little bit more, and as we, again, but however, so just looking at XRP a minute, we are in all-time high territory, so we are in uncharted territory. I don't really go off fibs or anything, guys, at the minute. I do look at them every now and then just to see where we're kind of up and where the projections could be. But with it at the minute, I just look at, okay, well, we're above all-time highs. We might dip down back low to, like, you know, where our levels of support for XRP. You're looking at around levels of around 315, I'd say, to 320 of range, where we could dip back down to, absolutely. So if we dip back down to, let's say, 320 from where we are right now, XRP would be down, where are we to here? So you're looking at about 8.5%. So 8.5% pullbacks, again, can happen, because look, over the last, 2 weeks, XRP has risen, just not even from the ashes, obviously it's just been accumulating for months, which is lovely to see, because again, now this accumulation has happened from literally November all the way through till July. Again, we've seen spikes up and down, but we've ranged between kind of $2.60 to $2, pretty much on the nose. But from this point of the 8th of July and 9th of July, we wicked up all that. So we wicked up 66%, and now we're up 56.5% just from 2 weeks ago. So XRP looking very strong. So guys, we're expecting a bit of a pullback here with alts. But guys, Solana. So like I said in my last video, I was going to put a leverage trading on Solana. I didn't, the reason being, my phone was not working, and I don't know why, my laptop's been playing up with logging into my trading. So I couldn't do it, but you know, each their own. You know, I was going to get in at around the 179.50, 180 range, and I was going to go 10x leverage with about £50, so it's about £500 worth. Would have been up about 13. I would have cashed out at about the 200. Let's say 10%. So, you know, from that would have made a little bit of money, but again, each their own. Currently in some leverage trades at the minute, but very low. I've only got about £55 in on 2 leverages. So yeah, but look, Solana looking very good, and even on today's candle, we are still green. So Solana, I mean, hasn't had a significant pump yet, like other altcoins have. So it's good to see Solana moving a bit. And again, guys, I mean, even Cardano down a little bit. So again, other than Solana and Bitcoin, so let's minus Bitcoin, other than Solana, other altcoins are down on the daily. Even Hedera as well. So currently with Hedera, you want to be, again, we're above this 20, holding around trying to hold this on the daily close, this 26.8 cent range. If we can get back above that today, that would be fantastic. But again, like I said, guys, even if we see, so, you know, if we see, let's say Bitcoin pull back at some point, like, I don't know, 3 to 4%, if it goes back down to like between 115 to 111, so it would be like a 5 to 8% pullback. Hedera, we could be looking at then like a, let's say a 15-20%. We could even whip back down to here. We could probably see a bit of a pullback, possibly down to 20 cents, possibly around this accumulation range of about 12.5%. So that'd be 23 cents. Absolutely possible before. So basically, where then Hedera would come kind of back down to about here before we push on up. You know, coming up again. It's absolutely possible with Hedera. And other alts, because again, Hedera's market cap, again, a lot smaller than most of the top. It's what is it, top 15? Let's have a look a minute. Yeah, so it's 15 at 8, no, 11 billion. God, like, honestly, for the amount of movements that have been happening, it's insane. So 11 billion. So again, in the last kind of month, Hedera's market cap has nearly doubled. It has doubled, so it's fantastic to see. But yeah, with Hedera, we might just see a little bit of pullback, like again with most things. Let's go back to this. So there we go. Right. So, but yeah, looking at everything at the minute. So even SUI as well. So SUI holding really well in this accumulation phase. We've seen a bit of a pump of SUI, like everyone else did, from that 9th of July. And guys, we're up to like 45%. We went up to. Currently up, if we bought those lows there, 35% near enough, but not as much of a pump as, again, it's still a bit of a pump, so we could expect some pullbacks. But again, at the minute, SUI is currently between $3.65 to that $4.20 range, and we are ranging quite well within this range. Currently trying to break above. So on the daily, did we close above? Let's have a look. So I'd just like to zoom in a bit more. So we didn't close above the $4 range for SUI at the minute. So currently, I reckon we will be accumulating here for SUI until we see a breakout. We don't know when that can happen. We can see wick a little bit below, come up, and then we spike up through. Don't know when that's going to happen, but yeah, most likely that's kind of the case for SUI. But as you can see, guys, at the minute, the markets are pulling back a little bit. And if we're going to look at Bitcoin to ETH, Ethereum, if we see the chart going up, that means Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin. If we see the chart coming down, we can see Bitcoin outperforming Ethereum, which look for what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically 8-9 days. Ethereum has outperformed Bitcoin. Again, we start to see that surge and that injection of liquidity into Ethereum, but now we're starting to see a little change again, where again, guys, Bitcoin was accumulating for a little bit. So as you can see now, Bitcoin, like I showed you a minute ago, Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum. It's up 1.5% on the daily. Ethereum is down 1.5% on the daily. So of course, Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum. So we could probably see a bit of a change where Bitcoin's probably going to accumulate a little bit. So it's holding those ranges. Ethereum might see a bit of a sell-off. You know, we could see a 5% sell-off, let's say, coming from, you know, where we are now to maybe 3.4. Absolutely possible. And then we spike back up again. So, but at the minute, as you can see, guys, when Ethereum had that, so let's go back to 8th of May and go on to Ethereum's chart. So Ethereum's chart, 8th of May. So 8th of May, guys, look at that. We came from 1,800 or 17, just shy of 1,800 for Ethereum, and in 3 days we're up to 2,500. That is approximately what, about 30, that's a 38% increase. God, Chris, I'm off it, like 40 odd percent. So 40% increase in 3 days. So that's May 8th. So we've seen a 40% increase from 1,800 to 2,600 near enough. All right. What's Bitcoin doing around that time? Again, so not April, so May 7th, we went from 93, just shy of 94,000 in 3 days to 103,000, which again, amazing to see that. But guys, I mean, looking from here, where are we to here? Going from the 8th, I want to be precise, there, you're looking at 8%. So as you can see, Bitcoin went up 8%, Ethereum went up 40%. That is where you can see Bitcoin, so Ethereum now outperforming Bitcoin. I mean, even here as well, you look, what's that? So 33%. So obviously it's Bitcoin goes up 8%, Ethereum goes up 41%. It was, so it's probably about the right percentage between it. So yeah, and then again a bit of accumulation here where Bitcoin's outperforming ETH outperforming Bitcoin, Bitcoin ETH, and then ETH Bitcoin. So ETH doing better, coming down. So Bitcoin started to accumulate. When Bitcoin went on its kind of rampant rate, where it started breaking all-time highs, ETH was still pushing up, but Bitcoin was it wasn't significantly, but it was outperforming ETH accumulation, and then ETH is just taken off. But now Bitcoin's starting to outperform ETH again. So guys, just wanted to give you a good kind of highlight into there, just to make it nice and simple how the market's kind of working. Like when Bitcoin's going up, like we've got an accumulation range from the 11th of July, which is nearly coming on 2 weeks now, and with ETH we're looking at again a bit of a cool off. That's all it is. All right. So and then guys, looking at the current news at the minute. So just get past that. So Western Union is exploring stablecoin integration in its digital wallet. So eyeing faster cross-border transactions or transfers, and fiat conversion after the Genius Act boost. So this is very bullish for cryptocurrency projects. So like everyone says, we're going from that letter to email kind of feel for like in the emailing world or the computer world, where you could write a letter to someone and then you could email someone. How much quicker was it? How much more efficient was it? How much cheaper was it? Same with the financial system right now, where we've got all these kind of new kind of blockchain technologies, cryptocurrencies, like for example even like XRP and anything like that, where it does cross-border to border payments very fast, very cheap, whereas the current SWIFT system is 3 to 5 working days. And if you're transferring millions, so let's say again, like I've been saying this for ages, if you're trying to transfer £1 million from one person to another, or one bank to another, whatever it might be, it can cost you 3 to 5% of that transaction, depending where it is, what bank it is. If it's international, yes, it's a bit more. So if you're looking at 3%, that's £30,000 that will cost you. For XRP or even Solana or anything like that, it costs you 0.000. XRP is 0.0002p. How good is that? And 3 to 5 seconds, boom, done. Love it. So very bullish here. I think we're going to start to see we're starting to see like Western Union is a renowned kind of company within society which people know of, and the fact they're starting to explore stablecoins is very bullish for the cryptocurrency market. And as well, update here, so Ethereum raises block gas limit 25% to 45 million, boosting transaction throughput as part of its border scaling roadmap towards 60 million and beyond. So basically Ethereum's trying to be a lot more scalable and hopefully a bit more cheaper of its transactions. That's what we want really, because Ethereum at the minute for some gas fees is absolutely absurd. But yeah, very bullish news there. And also, so Figma files for an IPO at 16.5 billion valuation, reveals 70 million in Bitcoin ETFs, and plans to boost Bitcoin exposure, plus approval to issue blockchain common stock. So guys, we're going from your traditional companies and institutions going, okay, 4 years ago, Bitcoin's bad. Why would you invest in Bitcoin? Right now we're seeing a transition here where your institutions are starting to accumulate Bitcoin. Some other institutions are accumulating Ethereum, and I still talk to people now and I go, oh yeah, I'm in cryptocurrency, and they're like, why? Because I can see what's coming, in the sense of like the internet of value, how the internet in the 90s and early 2000s, people gradually started to see and adapt the use of internet or the World Wide Web. I mean, look at it now, it's gone to a massive boom where even in when it started booming, I mean now everyone uses the internet, and I don't think anyone can actually live without the internet now. Right, I actually think that, to be fair. Same with blockchain technology, guys. With cryptocurrency, we are going to start to see a transition at some point. People need confirmation bias, like your average retail. I mean, I was chatting to people and they're like, cryptocurrency is a scam, it's a Ponzi scheme, it's not real money. And I'm like, money is, again, it's money, but cryptocurrency is just a different form of currency. Money is currency. That's all it is. And money, fiat money, UK pound, US dollar, I mean, it's been made by people. Cryptocurrency is made by people. So with this, it's a faster, more efficient and cheaper way to transact money. And again, certain cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, what it was used for was its peer-to-peer transactions initially when it was first established in 2009, but because of its older kind of technology in the blockchain, older blockchain technology, it only does 3 to 7 transactions per second, and it costs you about $5 to $25 per transaction. Whereas we've got other cryptocurrencies today which are a lot quicker, a lot cheaper, and a lot more efficient. Even some proof of works like KASPA, for example, that's a proof of work like Bitcoin. Transaction speeds are at 10 blocks per second, hopefully going to 32 blocks per second, to then 100 blocks per second. This is just an example, guys. KASPA that's a proof of work. You've also got, like I said, XRP does 1,500 transactions per second, 3 to 5 seconds per transaction, and it costs you $0.002 or pence, whatever. So looking at this, guys, people are getting invested into crypto, and again, Bitcoins now has a value of store of value rather than store of utility. So again, looking here, so Sailor Strategy launches $100 pegged dividend stock to raise fiat more Bitcoin purchases. And guys, Solana has flipped BNB. Look at that. Solana's pump yesterday to $200, looking absolutely fantastic. And again, like I said, Athena went up 49% on the weekly so far. So Stablecoin X to raise 360 million to buy Athena for its treasury strategy and go public via SPAC merger under ticket USDE. So again, Athena looking very strong on Ethereum blockchain as well. So you look at your Ethereum blockchain plays, guys, at the minute. I mean, obviously we've seen a bit of a sell-off, but it's only the first day of a sell-off with Ethereum. Ethereum is so strong at the minute, it's unreal. And the cryptocurrency project on Ethereum, most likely because Ethereum is doing well, that will do well as well, because obviously you've got this injection of funds into the Ethereum blockchain. Well, if it's in the blockchain, they're going to eye up other projects in the blockchain, whether that be layer 1s, layer 2s, your meme coins, it could be anything. And this is where I'm kind of thinking now, where obviously the meme coin to watch out for on Ethereum obviously is Pepe. Pepe probably in the next couple of weeks, I reckon, could go on a bit of a rampant kind of run. It could be like a 30% increase in a day. Again, I'm not saying that, I can see the future, but Doge has gone up. It's gone up 40%, and with the meme coin kind of culture as well, it's absolutely possible. So again, I don't hold Pepe, I hold a beta to Pepe, which is Andy. And when Pepe went up about 30%, Andy went up about 15-20%, Andy went up about 40%, which I can quickly show you just right here. So where are we to here? So let's see, Pepe. So where we had this bit of a run here. What date is that? So let's go from here, so the 8th of July. So go from the 8th of July right up, just to here. So it went up nearly 30%. Let's go wick to wick. It's 29%. So that's over 3 days up until the 10th. All right. Whereas I hold Andy, I hold quite a bit of Andy. Again, on the Ethereum blockchain, where we go from let's go from here, and let's go to there. So up 40%. So is that the 10th? Yeah, 40% there. So Andy up 40%. Pepe again, what was it again? 30. Is it 30%? Is it 20? Yeah, 30% near enough. So again, I just get better returns on Andy, so that's what I'm doing. But anyway, guys, enough of that. Let's look at the Coinbase app as well. Where is it at? Last time I checked, it was a number 100 something in the alt apps and number 5 in the financial apps. So retail people are starting to get more involved. But this is the thing at the minute, guys. Not many people want to get involved. They haven't got that confirmation bias as much. But once Google, Apple, all these companies that people use day to day and are more than aware of, because again, people don't look into financial markets. They go, I'm just gonna kind of follow what the big institutions do because they've got loads and loads and loads of money. So if they're doing something, obviously I've got to do it because it's a smart thing to do. It's that confirmation bias of it. Where again, so currently on the apps, 114 and 11 on the finance, so a little bit there. But if all these companies are buying Bitcoin up, I mean, there's 3,150 currently in the being mined a day, but trust me, these institutions at the minute are buying more than how much is being mined per day. So eventually there is going to be a kind of a Bitcoin crunch, and there's going to be a supply shock where there's going to be less Bitcoin available, and then we can see the price rally even more. Again, institutions are absolutely engulfing it up. They've got the money to, and once people get the confirmation of thinking, I can buy Bitcoin now, it could be at $300,000. This could be in 5 years' time. This, we don't know. But people right now, any average person, I say average, but any person I talk to day to day, they have no idea about cryptocurrency. They have no idea about what's going on and the transition of the kind of financial system. If it's what's happening, they have no idea what's going on with the Genius Act, anything like that. So I take a couple hours of my day. I work full time, but I take a few hours of my day, to be fair. It's like another job for me with cryptocurrency. To look into the cryptocurrency market, look at projects, what's doing well, what's undervalued. And I just enjoy it. I love it. So, and I can see a real transition here, like in the 90s with the internet, like going from letters to emails. I'm seeing the transition here, how much quicker it is, how much more efficient, how much cheaper it is. These are the things to look out for, guys. And then, guys, Google Trends as well. How we doing? So this week we're looking at, again, XRP's higher than Bitcoin. Seen obviously a significant spike. Crypto is at 14, Bitcoin's at 21, XRP. You go back a couple of days, like 2 months ago, guys, no one was interested. Bit in Bitcoin still, but no one was interested in XRP or crypto. And you go back to the lows of the markets, no one was interested then either. So we're starting to see a little spike in interest on Google. So people typing in to Google, starting to look these things up. But guys, if they did this back in, let's say September 8th, 2024, and they even just bought £1,000 worth of Bitcoin then, right? So September 24, let's have a look. Again, it's hard because it's not your traditional financial thing, but you go 25. So let's go way back. So I was looking at guys down here. This is what we're looking at. So September 8th, we are up 53. Yeah, about 53,700. All right. So 53,700. You put £1,000 in, bound around, where is it? Around here, guys. And again, everything was low. Not many people were interested. Bitcoin has gone up 100. Let's go to current all-time highs. So about, say, 120, just over 120%. So guys, you put £1,000 in, you'd then have £2,200. So this is showing how the times where you're thinking, it's boring, there's nothing going on, crypto's dead, Bitcoin's dead, it's just going to accumulate and go back down. Again, it is scary, but if you can stomach it and just be like, right, I want to invest, I don't know, £50 a month. Again, this isn't financial advice to say to do this. I'm just highlighting what I've been doing with other cryptocurrencies. So again, XRP, right? I invested loads and loads and loads around from when I got back from traveling around May, because I couldn't afford it because I came back, I was skint. Right through May, right through till September, October, November time, literally I was investing about £150, £200 a month. I managed to accumulate just over £1,000 worth of XRP. And again, guys, it's not easy. I'm not saying I was there thinking, this is going to rocket. And tomorrow, I was literally back, in August thinking, I've got £600 in here. I've got a little bit of money for myself, so I can do things still, but I could have a lot more money. I could spend a lot more money on doing things I enjoy, and splurge out a little bit, But I didn't. I just kept, sticking to my guns. Price went down a little bit again. I was like, is this thing ever going to take off? But do you know what? I'm going to stick to my guns. I believe in this project. And then it started taking off. But again, like I said, look, we just seen there, everything was all-time lows on Google Trends. People weren't interested. People weren't buying in. And from here to where we are now, guys, I haven't cashed any of my XRP out, and I'm up nearly 600%. There you go. So £7,000 worth of XRP. Again, the only thing I have done with XRP, some of it is I put it into other projects where XRP pumped, and I put it into other projects like, BitTensor when it was low, and a bit into KASPA as well. So I wanted to accumulate some more KASPA because I believe in that project as well. But look, I'm just saying, at these lows, it's scary. People will buy into these highs, and I think XRP could go on to it could go on to about $7, maybe even $10 possibly. And again, guys, I mean, from what I got a 600% increase from where I was then, right? From right where we are now, if you started investing into XRP, and let's say hypothetically it goes to $10, right? You're looking at about 180, let's say, percent increase. So you put £1,000 in right now. You're looking at, if it gets to $10, you're looking at about £2,800 altogether. You'll have, so you make £1,800. If it goes up to $7, you're making 100% on that. And guys, I'll be honest, I reckon $7 is definitely in the question there. Again, not financial advice, but with everything going on, where the the bull market is at the minute, Bitcoin dominance, guys, has not fallen below 60% yet. When it fell below 54%, 60% went down to 54.5%. XRP went rampant, other altcoins went rampant. So these are things to look out for. And then lastly, just looking at Bitcoin liquidations. Looking here, if it will load. On the daily, what do you reckon everyone is? We've seen Bitcoin spike a little bit. Do you reckon people bullish or bearish? I reckon we've probably got more longs than we do shorts. And I haven't looked at him today, so was I wrong or right? 3.2, 2.8, so not much in it really. So people still central on it. But guys, even on the daily, if we're gonna go back down to like 116,000, let's say, absolutely possible, we liquidate half of these today, and if we go to the month or 30 days, guys, we've got 21.4 billion people, or dollars worth of people going, Bitcoin's going to go long. It's going to keep going up. They need that confirmation price. They need that green candle. Whereas shorts, 8.5 billion. So 8.5 billion to 20, guys, nearly two and a half times. So even if Bitcoin right now from 119,000 comes back down to about 115, you're with this was 21. So you're looking at a quarter of those liquidations being taken plus stop losses. Again, if we go back down to previous all-time highs ranges, you're looking at near enough half of them being liquidated, with the stop losses as well. And guys, let's look at ETH. Let's have a look. See. So ETH, guys, longs nearly 6 billion, shorts 2.5 billion. So people are more bullish on ETH as well at the minute. But again, ETH, if we come back down to even 3.5, let's say right on the nose, we're going to liquidate probably over half of those leverages. So guys, with leverage, just be careful. Like I say, I'm not really leveraged up at the minute. I've only got 55 quid in 2 projects. I'm not a risky cat. But it's just, I just enjoy doing that sort of thing if I've got a little bit left over. But each their own, guys. Just again, like I say, look after yourselves in this cryptocurrency market. Expect sell-offs, and when those sell-offs happen, look at the Bitcoin dominance. Where are we at? Where are we at? And guys, altcoin season is not here yet. Again, we've had a bit, but we have not got a full-fledged altcoin season, I don't think. Bitcoin dominance is not coming right down. Yes, it's at 61%, but if we start breaking this 54.5%, we can start seeing altcoins really taking off. But yeah, that's me today, guys. Hope you have a lovely day, and I'll catch you next one. Have a good one.